In the deep blue waters of the vast ocean, there lived a young shark named Sammy. Sammy was no ordinary shark. He was curious, adventurous, and always eager to learn about the world around him. From a young age, Sammy had been told stories of the great ocean, with its endless waves and mysterious depths. But what fascinated him most was the idea that the ocean was his home, a place where he could swim freely, explore new territories, and discover his own abilities. Sammy often swam with his friends, a group of young fish who loved to play games and chase each other through the coral reefs. But Sammy knew that being a shark was different. He wasn't just any fish. He was a hunter, a powerful predator of the sea. Yet, despite his strength, Sammy felt something inside him, a feeling that he was still learning what it meant to be a shark. One day, as Sammy swam further from the safety of the reef, he found himself in unfamiliar waters. The ocean was vast, and he realized that no matter how big he grew, there were limits to his domain. The currents were strong, and the water was colder here. Sammy had always believed that the ocean was endless, but now he understood that even the ocean had its boundaries. As Sammy explored, he encountered creatures he had never seen before. Giant whales, schools of jellyfish, and even a group of dolphins who playfully swam alongside him. But Sammy noticed something else too: large fishing boats on the horizon, their nets trailing behind them. Sammy had heard stories about the dangers of fishing nets, and he knew that he needed to be cautious. The ocean was his home, but it was also a place of challenges and dangers. As Sammy grew older, he began to feel the natural instinct to hunt. It was not just about play anymore. It was about survival. Sammy understood that to be a shark meant knowing how to find food, but he also knew that the ocean's balance was delicate. The fish he hunted were part of that balance, and so was he. One day, Sammy saw a school of fish darting through the water. His instincts kicked in, and he gave chase, feeling the thrill of the hunt. But as he swam, he realized something important. He didn't need to catch every fish. He was fast and strong, but he also had the wisdom to know when to stop. Sammy caught enough to satisfy his hunger and let the rest go, understanding that there was a balance to be kept in the ocean. As Sammy continued to explore, he noticed more fishing boats in the distance. The nets were big and dangerous, capturing not just fish, but other creatures too. Sammy knew that these nets were a threat to his ocean home. One day, while swimming near the surface, Sammy saw one of his dolphin friends caught in a net. Without hesitation, Sammy rushed to help. Using his sharp teeth and strong body, Sammy carefully bit through the net, freeing his friend. The dolphin was grateful, and together they swam away from the boat, back to the safety of deeper waters. Sammy realized that being a shark wasn't just about being strong. It was about protecting his home and the creatures within it. As time passed, Sammy grew into a wise and respected shark. He understood his abilities and knew his limits. He had learned that the ocean was vast, but it was also shared with many others. He had the power to hunt, but also the wisdom to know when to hold back. And he had the courage to protect his home from dangers like the fishing nets. Sammy the shark had found his place in the ocean, not as a feared predator, but as a guardian of the sea. He knew that he didn't need to prove himself to anyone. He was confident in who he was and what he could do. And so Sammy continued to swim through the wide blue ocean, content and at peace, knowing that he had learned the greatest lesson of all, that the true strength of a shark lies not in its power, but in its understanding of the world around it. The end.